You know, there's something truly remarkable about the way food can work in our bodies, almost like a gentle natural medicine. And as we get a little older, what we eat becomes even more important. It's not just about filling our stomachs. It's about nourishing ourselves in a way that keeps us feeling strong, energized, and vibrant. So today, I want to share with you 5 foods that act like medicine for seniors. Foods that can help support your joints, sharpen your mind, boost your energy, and even keep your heart happy. And the best part, they're simple, delicious, and easy to add to your weekly meals. No complicated recipes or hard-to-find ingredients, just real, wholesome food that works wonders for your health. Now, let's start with the first one, a food you might already have in your kitchen right now. Number 1. Leafy greens. If there was one food I could call a true powerhouse for seniors, it would be leafy greens. Things like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, and even good old-fashioned lettuce. These greens are packed with vitamins like K, A, and C, which help keep your bones strong, your vision sharp, and your immune system ready to protect you. But here's something really special about them. They're full of nitrates, natural compounds, that help improve blood flow. That means better circulation, which can help keep your brain sharp and your energy levels up. And if you've ever felt a little forgetful or sluggish, adding more leafy greens to your meals could make a real difference. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. I don't love the taste of kale. And that's okay. You don't have to force down a big bowl of raw greens if that's not your thing. Try adding a handful of spinach to your morning omelet, mixing some chopped kale into a hearty soup, or even blending greens into a smoothie with a little fruit for sweetness. Small, simple ways to make them a regular part of your diet. Number 2. Berries. If there's a food that feels like a sweet little gift from nature, it's berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. They're not just delicious, they're packed with antioxidants, those amazing little fighters that help protect your cells from damage. As we age, our bodies deal with more oxidative stress. Think of it like little bits of wear and tear on our cells. Antioxidants help slow that down, which is why berries are so good for keeping your brain healthy, your skin glowing, and even your joints moving smoothly. And here's another great thing about berries. They're naturally low in sugar compared to other fruits, so they won't spike your blood sugar levels. If you've been told to watch your sugar intake, berries are a fantastic choice. You can sprinkle them on your oatmeal, mix them into yogurt, or just enjoy a handful as a sweet, satisfying snack. Now, I'd love to tell you about the third food on our list, one that's been used for centuries as both a delicious ingredient and a natural remedy. But we'll get to that in just a moment. Because what's really important is not just knowing what to eat, but how to make these foods a regular, enjoyable part of your life. After all, the best medicine is the one you'll actually take, and when it tastes this good, that's easy to do. So let's keep going, because the next food on our list might surprise you with just how much good it can do for your body. Now, let's talk about a food that's been cherished for generations, not just for its rich, comforting flavor, but for the incredible way it supports our health as we age. Number 3. Oats. There's something so wholesome about a warm bowl of oatmeal in the morning, isn't there? But oats are more than just a cozy breakfast. They're a true ally for senior health. You see, oats are packed with soluble fiber, which does 2 really important things for your body. First, it helps keep your cholesterol in check, gently lowering the bad LDL cholesterol that can build up in your arteries over time. And second, it keeps your digestion moving smoothly, something that becomes even more important as we get older. But here's what I really love about oats. They give you steady, long-lasting energy, unlike sugary cereals or white toast that can leave you feeling hungry an hour later. Oats release their energy slowly, keeping you satisfied and preventing those mid-morning energy crashes. And if you've ever felt a little shaky or tired between meals, starting your day with oats could make a real difference. Now, if plain oatmeal doesn't excite you, there are so many ways to enjoy oats. Try mixing in some of those berries we talked about earlier, or a spoonful of nut butter for extra protein. You can even bake oats into hearty muffins or blend them into smoothies for a thicker, more filling texture. The key is to make them a regular part of your routine. Your heart and your energy levels will thank you. Number 4. Fatty fish. Now, this one might sound a little surprising. After all, haven't we been told for years to watch our fat intake? But here's the thing. Not all fats are created equal. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are like superfoods for your brain and heart. As we age, inflammation in the body can lead to all sorts of issues. Aches in your joints, foggy thinking, even a higher risk of heart disease. Omega-3s are powerful at fighting that inflammation, which is why eating fatty fish just a couple of times a week has been linked to better memory, less joint pain, and even a healthier mood. And here's some good news if you're not a big fish eater. You don't need huge portions to get the benefits. A small serving of salmon twice a week is enough to make a difference. If fresh fish isn't easy to find or prepare, canned salmon or sardines are just as nutritious, and they're often more affordable too. Try adding them to salads or spreading sardines on whole grain toast with a squeeze of lemon. Simple, delicious, and so good for you. Now, I know some of you might be thinking about mercury concerns with fish, and that's a fair question. The truth is, smaller fish like salmon and sardines are much lower in mercury than larger fish like tuna or swordfish. So as long as you're choosing these smaller, fatty fish a few times a week, you're getting all the benefits without the risks. And that brings us to our 5th and final food, one that's been used in traditional medicine around the world for thousands of years. But before we get to that, I want to remind you that none of these foods require a complete diet overhaul. It's not about perfection. It's about small, steady steps. Maybe this week, you'll add a handful of spinach to your eggs, or try a new recipe with salmon. Every little bit helps, and over time, these choices add up to real noticeable changes in how you feel. So let's talk about that last food, the one that might just become your new secret weapon for staying healthy and vibrant as the years go by. Now, we've made it to our 5th and final food, and I've saved one of the most powerful for last. This is something you might already have in your spice cabinet, but you probably haven't been giving it the credit it deserves. Number 5. Turmeric. That golden yellow spice that gives curry its vibrant color. It's not just for flavor. It's one of nature's most potent anti-inflammatory remedies. The active compound in turmeric, called curcumin, has been studied for its ability to reduce joint pain, improve brain function, and even support heart health. Here's why this matters so much for seniors. As we age, chronic low-grade inflammation becomes one of the biggest contributors to aches, stiffness, and even memory troubles. Turmeric works like a natural fire extinguisher for that inflammation. Some studies suggest it may be as effective as certain over-the-counter pain relievers for arthritis discomfort, but without the side effects. Now, here's the trick with turmeric. To get the most benefits, you'll want to pair it with a little black pepper, which helps your body absorb the curcumin, and some healthy fat, like olive oil or coconut milk. Try adding a teaspoon to your scrambled eggs, stirring it into soups, or making a golden milk latte with warm almond milk, turmeric, cinnamon, and a pinch of black pepper. It's a soothing nighttime drink that's as good for your joints as it is for your relaxation. So there you have them. 5 foods that act like medicine for seniors. Leafy greens, berries, oats, fatty fish, and turmeric. But before we wrap up, I want to share something important. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. In fact, the best approach is to start small. Maybe this week, You'll add spinach to your morning eggs and enjoy salmon for dinner one night. Next week, you could stir some berries into your oatmeal or try that golden milk recipe. What matters most is consistency, making these foods regular players in your meals rather than occasional guests. Remember, your body is incredibly responsive to nourishment. Every bite of these nutrient-packed foods is sending signals to your cells, helping them repair, renew, and function at their best. And the beautiful thing is, these foods don't just add years to your life. They add life to your years. More energy for gardening or playing with grandkids. More mental clarity for reading or puzzles. More comfort in your joints for walks and everyday movements. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you tried any of these foods regularly? Did you notice a difference in how you feel? Your experiences might inspire others in our community. If you found this helpful, do give the video a thumbs up. It helps more people like you discover this information. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing. We'll be sharing more simple, practical tips to help you thrive in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Here's to your health. May your meals be delicious, your body feel nourished, and your days be full of vitality. After all, age is just a number. But how you feel, that's the real story. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.